Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our live studio audience here at the Jeffrey Theater for supporting tonight in San Diego. We're going to give away some prizes to them. For instance, we're giving away a gift certificate to Handel's Ice Cream in Encinitas. And also, we got a little gift card here from Poma's Deli in my hood, Ocean Beach, that donated to the show. And if you want to win prizes like that, just get your tickets to see the show live here at the Jeffrey at Tonight in San Diego. Our next guest, we are very happy to have him back on the show. Please welcome friend of the show, California State Assemblyman Todd Gloria. So nice to have you back on the show. Thank you for coming back on, Todd. Wonderful to see you. Last time you were on the show, you were city council member, Todd Gloria, and I was co-host, Jesse Egan. And now we got the bump, right? We bumped up. Look at that.
We got good promotions, right?
How about that?
This is good. We're moving on up.
Moving on up. So how has the transition been for you now to California State Assemblyman?
You know, it's good. I love this job. You know, I think I said last time I was here, and it's true again, you know, this job allows me to wake up every single morning just trying to figure out a way to make our state a better place to live. That's pretty good. The hard part about it is that I don't live every day in San Diego. I commute back and forth to Sacramento, so I miss my family. I miss my boyfriend. I miss people. But
that must be tough. I mean, you have to represent San Diego in Sacramento now.
Yeah, but I come home every weekend, because if I didn't come home every weekend and stayed instead in Sacramento, you probably shouldn't trust me to do this job, right? That's not good thinking, right? That's not good logic. Come home to San Diego. So I come home every weekend, hang out with my constituents, see my family, and make sure I stay grounded to the people I represent.
Well, we are glad. We're happy to have you, Todd. Now, for people that don't know, now Todd has been a friend of the show for a while, and we've been following your progress. And you probably haven't seen us, but we've been there. Keith and I have been following. We actually have a photo montage to show you there.
That's
There's
right,
a parade.
you were there.
Did you notice we were biking next to you? I don't know if you saw that.
The worst bike outfit ever.
That was a weird one. Todd was
I think it was probably pretty hard to miss me on that one.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't notice that was you on the... Oh, and then we had the sci-fi convention there. That looks good. Yeah. Oh, look at us
there
with
you
Hillary.
Go. Yeah.
That's amazing. You didn't even see us photobombing you when that happened, did you?
No, I didn't know you were also with her. Yeah.
Well, listen, some of that might have been fake news. I'm not gonna just, we'll put that to the side. But here's the thing, Todd, you have done so much in San Diego and in politics. You were the interim mayor and president of, interim mayor, 2 years he was a mayor. You know, city council, now assemblyman. And what's cool about it now is that you're introducing bills.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that process and some of the bills that you're introducing.
Well, in addition to being a D-list celebrity, which I understand you know a thing or two about.
I know D-list, I do.
Hear Jesse's actually getting recognized in public now. This show is so big now. You're a big deal.
Might even be E-list. It might be an E-list. I'm not sure. Is there an E-list? I don't know.
I think I've been on the E-list.
You've been on the E-list?
I'm climbing my way up to solid D+.
If that means we're on E-television, that's good. I want to be on the E-list.
No, you're right. A part of my job is being a legislator, and so I write bills. And my approach to this has been to try and find San Diegans who are having problems that we can help them out with. And so I have a bill that was brought to me by the San Diego Food Bank to try and help folks who live in poverty who are victims of disasters. You might imagine that would be really difficult for them. So we have a solution to try and make sure those folks can get back on their feet. I have a bunch of bookstores. I think, who doesn't love a bookstore, right? I mean, we love bookstores. We want to support them. We got a lot.
One person likes bookstores too much.
That's good. I'll count it as a co-sponsor of my legislation.
Is that right?
This would actually help bookstores continue to operate. You know, this is important. Books are important. I don't care how digital we get with your smartphones. They're important. So we have a bill to help them out. And then probably the most important bill that I'm doing is around HIV decriminalization. And I think folks may not be aware, but we've come a long way with medical science and with testing to be the point where we don't need the laws that were passed back in the 80s when everyone was terrified and we didn't know quite how this disease was transmitted. It would shock you to know that if you commit a crime and you're HIV positive, it is possible for you you to be held in prison longer than someone who is not HIV positive. And what that means is that many people now have a perverse incentive not to get tested. I personally believe that we can end the spread of this disease if we get people tested and into care. And one of the ways we do that is to not make it a crime anymore. So, working on issues like this is a bit of a promotion, just like sitting down during the show rather than standing up is a promotion for you.
That was the big transition for me, was I got this job because I was tired of standing. That's basically it. Yeah. Keith, do you like it over there?
Next season, I'll get a chair.
We just keep trying to get him to sit on the couch. But so here's the thing. I wonder about introducing bills like that, how difficult it is to get those things passed and how you get support for that sort of thing.
Well, I'm only 2 months in, right? But I'm going to use every bit of charm and guile that I have to try and get some of these bills done. If you're a bookstore in Hillcrest and you're looking to try and make ends meet, well, you're counting on me, and I'm going to do my best to deliver. And I think that folks who know me from my time on the city council, serving as council president or as mayor, know that I get up and go to work every day with the idea of getting results for my folks. So it's a bigger stage. It's a lot more folks to convince. Yeah. And then I have Governor Brown that I have to convince to sign it. But, he's a good guy. And if you see this, Governor Brown, I'm coming soon with some bills I want you to sign. But we got to get it done. This is the 6th largest economy in the world. And so goes California, so goes the nation. Yeah. And if we can do groundbreaking work like on HIV decriminalization, we know others will follow us. And so it's a good incentive to get up and just do good all day long.
Now, I feel like California is such an important part of the country. Last week, I did a monologue that was about Cal Exit and the sort of pros and cons, and my conclusion was the country needs California. That is a ridiculous idea to break off and be its own country. How do you feel about that?
Exactly the same way. Listen, I'm as disappointed as anybody in how the November election turned out, but this is our country. We're not leaving this country. I'm proud to be an American, and we in California, we're going to be a beacon of hope over the next 4 years. And it's not just about opposing the president, but it's about doing big things that solve real people's problems. So I'm up there trying to figure out a solution to this housing crisis. I want to find ways to invest in our transportation system, because it's not enough just to say what we're against. We have to show people what we're doing. Yeah. And I think that we're going to be able to do that over the next 4 years.
And to speak to that, I mean, that might have been sort of the failing of the Democrats during that election, was to attack as opposed to sort of say what they want to do to be progressive. And what I like about what Brown is saying is that we're going to continue backing up science. And it doesn't have to do with fighting the president. It has to do with doing what's right, don't you think?
Absolutely. We have voted on a lot of legislation relative to the president and saying that, we don't sign up for religious bans or to throwing out refugees. We don't do that in California. So we voted on a lot of those. I push that button extra hard every time I get the chance to vote. But you all will hold me ultimately accountable about whether or not you can find a place to live in San Diego that you can afford, whether or not you can get to and from work in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah. That's what you're going to ask me for, not how I voted on the Trump resolution, right? So I love the governor. I love his comments about climate change because it's real. I have a 2-year-old niece who I want to make sure I leave this planet to in good condition. And so it's on us. It's on us to get some results.
You brought up your niece, and last time we were on the show, I mean, she was just born. We had these gifts for her, and
awesome.
This is not like we're stalking your niece, but we were following along, and your niece is like blowing up on Instagram now.
Yeah.
Do we have a graphic of that? Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they could tell. Your 2-year-old niece has more Instagram followers than you do? How?
Well, I think I noted, Jesse, I'm a D-list celebrity. My niece is total A-list.
Your niece is A-list. She's an A-lister. That's Lily. So follow her on Instagram, right?
Yes, follow Helena on Instagram.
That's amazing to me. So you're actually losing in the polls to your niece is sort of what's going on.
Well, you all gave her some wonderful gifts. I think the first gift I gave her was a onesie that said that future president of the United States. And
yes.
I thought there'd be another woman first, but it might just be my niece.
That might
stay
be
tuned.
It. That might be it. Well, I'll be honest with you, being that you're a friend of the show, a lot of us are pulling for President Todd Gloria to be in the future, but that's just, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm
no
not trying to
pressure.
push you into anything, but I'm just saying you have been moving up as we go, and I could see that happening. Last time you were here, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but we had talked about finally getting together to do some karaoke.
I recall that.
Yeah, but we never got a chance to do it.
But God, it's funny. Look at the time.
I know, but here's the thing, Todd. I do have a microphone for you, so if you think that we have the time to do it, I was wondering, Teelyn, do you think you could hit us with a little TLC?
This is my jam.
This is your jam. This is everybody's jam.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying this. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broom.
He's winning the lip sync battle right now. Don't want no scrubs. We don't want no scrubs. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Todd, Gloria, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming back on the show. You're amazing. It was so fun having you back on, man. That went so fast. I don't even know if that was enough. Stick around. We'll be right back right after this.